invite you to join us for an interlude of melody, just melody. 30 minutes of musical charm from William Flynn and his orchestra with Marie Morley, the Parkettes, and featuring the romantic voice of Geoff Brooke.
The moon belongs to everyone.
That's the voice of Geoff Brooke.
The best things in life are free. The stars belong to everyone. They gleam there for you and me. The flowers in spring, the robins that sing, the sunbeams that shine, they're yours, they're mine, and love can come to everyone. The best things in life are free. Well, maybe a great many of the best things in life are free, but you'd certainly need some money to visit South America. So let's compromise. You close your eyes and concentrate on Latin music and tropical moonlight, and I'll do my best to take you there with a song. Where hearts were entertaining June, we stood beneath an amber moon and softly murmured, someday soon. We kissed and clung together. Another day, the morning found me miles away, with still a million things to say. And now, when twilight dims the sky above, recalling thrills of our love, I'm certain of. Return I will to old Brazil. When twilight dims the sky above, recalling thrills of our love, there's one thing I'm certain of. Return I will to old Brazil. That was Brazil, and this is the type of music that William Flynn and his orchestra really enjoy playing. Here they are with a beautiful arrangement of All Alone. To introduce Catherine Walsh and her quiet and smooth style of singing, we've chosen a really smooth Jerome Kern melody. It's They Didn't Believe Me. As I have a quite incurable case of fish fever, the next song we have for you is, as they say, a natural. It's a love story about another fisherman, and his name was Pedro. Pedro the fisherman was always whistling such a merry call. Girls who were passing by would hear him whistling by the harbor wall. But his sweetheart Nina, who loved him true, always knew that his song belonged to her alone. And in the evening when the lights were gleaming, and they had to part. As he sailed his boat away, echoing across the bay, came the tune that lingered in her heart.
But days of dreaming quickly passed and life was rushing on.
And one day from the harbor wall she found his boat had gone.
He sailed away to find the gold the sea could never bring.
To buy a dress, a cuckoo clock, a saucepan and a ring.
She kept her eyes on the blue horizon, but he didn't return.
She stopped her sighing and left off crying, but he didn't return.
One day her father said to her, "Oh, dearest daughter mine,
you'll never make a lot from fish, you'll make much more from wine.
though Miguel is rather fat, his vineyard's doing well.
So marry him and let your dreams of Pedro go to." The organ pealed, the choir boys sing, the preacher's waiting with a book and ring. So small and white, here comes the bride, and stands by swampy Miguel's side. Will you take this man to be your lawful spouse eternally? And suddenly the church is still. They wait to hear her say, "I will," when through the open doorway there, a far-off sound disturbs the air. Suddenly she found her man. From the church out she ran. There he was upon the harbor wall. Down rushed the wedding guests upon the seaside, but the bride had gone. As at last he sailed away, echoing across the bay, came the happy ending to her song. And before we continue with Melody, Just Melody, I'd like you to listen to this.
Mary Lou, cross my heart, I love you. All the bells in the steeple are ready to ring, and all the people are planning pretty presents just for you. Mary Lou, won't you give your promise true? Why, for miles around they're waiting to start their celebrating when you say I do, Mary Lou. There's a cozy bungalow that's built for you and me, Mary Lou, Mary Lou. Maybe in a year or so we'll make it do for three, Mary Lou. Listen, do. Mary Lou, Mary Lou, Mary Lou, Mary Lou. Yes, I do. Mary Lou, cross my heart, I love you. Yes, true, Mary Lou. They're buying pretty presents just for you, Mary Lou. Won't you give your promise true? Miles around they're waiting, start the celebrating when you say I do, Mary. Please don't be contrary. I want to marry you, Mary Lou.
Thank you, Parkettes, for your version of Mary Lou. She sounded quite a gal. And now to our guest spot. The violin of late has been somewhat neglected as a modern solo instrument, and with a few notable exceptions, such as Joe Venuti and Later, Stephen Grappelli, there have been few outstanding rhythmic performers on it. But here's a young man whose fresh approach and up-to-the-minute style is strictly in the modern idiom, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy his violin version of Marquita. Here he is, Don Harper. Thank you, Don Harper. Really beautifully played. And after Mary Lou and Marquita, I've yet another young lady to introduce. She has a very simple name. Perhaps you know her yourself. For it is Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be. But with propriety, society will say Marie. But it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions came. And there is something there that sounds so square, it's a grand old name. But it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions came. And there is something there that sounds so square, it's a grand old name. If you're listening very closely here, you will probably hear the jingle of change and the crisp sound of the folded note. It's Bill Flynn and his orchestra off to the Camptown races. As I look at the title of my final song in this program, it really takes me back a few years. Back to a tall, awkward boy of 16 singing How Deep is the Ocean in the final of a competition and getting so nervous and embarrassed in the process that he sang all the words the wrong way round. Well, this time I'll try and get it straight. How much do I love you? I'll tell you no lie. How deep is the ocean? How high is the sky? How many times a day do I think of you? How many roses are sprinkled with you? How far would I travel to be where you are? How far is the journey from here to a star? And if I ever lost you, how much would I cry? How deep is the ocean? How high is the sky? Would I cry? How deep is the ocean? high is the sky.
And so we turn the last page of Melody, Just Melody, written by Geoff Brooke, produced by Alfred Potter, and directed by Cedric Zahara. You heard Catherine Walsh, the Parkettes, with orchestra and musical arrangements under the direction of William Flynn. And, of course, the romantic voice of your singing host, Geoff Brooke. We do hope you'll join us again soon for more Melody, Just Melody. And until then, here's Geoff to sign off with...
If you say you'll always stay, I know our life will be melody, just melody.